So why don't we go right to what I think Beast wants to go into, and that's best producer of 95. And do you want me to kind of give my opinion, or are we just kind of going in just so I have...
It's your opinion. Yeah, it's your opinion. So you're going to pick, and then other people will chime in with their picks as they choose to. Again, like we're not all stuck in producer right now. We can hop around if we want to.
Got it.
Yeah.
Best producer. I gave this some thought, and my heart says I should be going with DJ Premier. And I'll give you some reasons why, but then I'm going to tell you what I feel after that. So I think we can agree Premier's peak was probably 93, 94, 95. 95, he did the group home album, Living Proof. I mean, that speaks for itself, right? Yeah. He also had that signature ding sound, like the dude from Breaking Bad. You know what I'm talking about? Yep. So you heard that in MCs Act Like They Don't Know. You heard that in Return of the Brooklyn Dodgers, which I think was one of the greatest tracks of 95. There was a lot of things that he did in 95 that I thought stood out. It was as one of his better years. That said, going back to the stats, it's very hard to not award RZA the best producer because of the 3 albums that he produced that year. Not to mention, the Method Man remix to All I Need, but it's hard to gloss over Only Built for Cuban Links, Liquid Swords, and Return to the 36 Chambers. And I think that is the reason why RZA is the best producer that year. Your take.
I was a little shocked because I thought you were picking Premier there, and I was like, man, there was only one obvious pick for me out of all of these categories, and that was like, who is going to slide in and take RZA first for best producer? Yep. Because you want to talk about like, the 5-year plan. Like this is the thick of the 5-year plan at this point, and the RZA's run in 95 was fucking incredible. It was fucking incredible. Like. Yeah. It's insane to look at it. And, it's funny. I went to this RZA film screening earlier last year. And I also went to see RZA do his classical album as well. I had like a very concentrated month last winter where I was doing a lot of RZA things.
Did Dave Chappelle go with you?
No, Dave Chappelle was not there. That would have been Trackstar. Trackstar is that's his guy.
The way. All right.
I'm more of a Neil Brennan guy myself, but it was interesting. RZA did a lot of press as well last year. I heard him on Rick Rubin's podcast. I heard him on a few things where he just is talking about this era and how he just was so focused, so locked in, wasn't having fun. Like what like he was in the lab, like not socializing, but creating hip hop history to the point that it would be egregious to. It's only fitting that we're starting this off with talking and mentioning and giving RZA his props because, 95 was indisputably his year. I think we're all a little pissed that you took the most obvious pick. But
I think he's got a case for best year of any producer ever in 95. Yeah. Like, he'd probably be my number one. I'd have to go through the stats and see if there's someone I'm missing, but
yeah.
The big thing about why I get so like RZA angry when I see things is because
RZA angry.
95.
He ain't RZA.
Yeah. Talk about 95, but like the motherfucker did 5 perfect albums in a row. Like, it's unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? And of those records, he does.
Frisbee.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Of those records, he does almost every song on all of those albums. You know what I'm saying? It's insanity when you really break it down. But I think the real jewel of it, especially in 95, is that these 3 albums come out in 95. And they all have production that matches the rapper.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's they don't sound like the same album 3 times. You know what I'm saying? It don't sound like just random hip hop songs. You know what I'm saying? Like the Dirty album sounds like Old Dirty Bastard's personality. The Genius album, it's crazy how well he was able to match music to artists for 3 albums worth in 1 year. That shit is unfuckwittable in my opinion. It's amazing.
Yeah, I just got so excited because I know Trackstar is like Mr. Rap fan, and he's already like angled his camera a little bit. I thought you were grabbing like some RZA scroll or like some rare thing, or were you? Oh my god, yeah, of course.
I mean, I have the brand called Rap Fan, but I don't think there's any reason to think I'm any bigger of a rap fan than the 3 of you fellas, to be perfectly fair.
And I'm just going to set the standard.
I just copyrighted it, you know?
Well, I'm just saying that you've set a standard now. I expect for every proper noun that we acknowledge in this podcast, you will have a piece of memorabilia that you hold up. I'm sure
I might have to run to the other part of the garage, but I could probably do it, yeah.
So
I'll bring the laptop with me for the next one.
Quick question. When was what month did Tikal come out in 94? Do we know?
I want to say it came out early. Because
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say April, but I feel like I'm also talking out of my ass.
Because if the motherfucker drops Tikal between November and December, it's cooked. That's
It was
95
November.
too.
It was November.
November 15.
I'm saying, so what are we even talking about? Like,
But
in the source, that would have been classified as 95.
I think the reason why we agree is because of the albums, but we got to give Primo his props because he may have had better songs. Like, just hear me out real quick.
Okay.
Next Level Remix, Showbiz and AG.
Fire.
Okay.
Fire.
Like I said, Return of the Crooklyn Dodgers.
Crooklyn Dodgers is a perfect rap song.
Living Proof. That beat is phenomenal. Rappers Are in Danger. MCs Act Like They Don't Know.
Real Hip Hop. DOS Effects.
DOS Effects. No Diggity as well. And then Fat Joe, he did Success Remix.
Yeah.
So I think he's in the conversation. But the reason why he doesn't get it is because he doesn't have the albums the same way that RZA has, you know. 1, 2 pass.
Absolutely in the conversation for number 2.
To be fair though, to still fight Primo more, because I guess I just have to do it.
Yeah.
RZA had the singles too. They were just on the albums. You get Brooklyn Zoo, you get Shimmy Shimmy Ya. Like they're on the albums, but they're just as big singles. It's Primo didn't have this. He only could have singles because he didn't have the albums.
I mean, Criminology is pretty good.
Yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong, but when I'm thinking like about
from the Batman soundtrack,
yo, that is my shit.
Wow, wasn't expecting you to pull that out,
dude. That is one of the
He got the Cypress Hill joint. Like, it's just
hold on. Don't foreshadow. I got that one coming. Relax.
Yeah, hold on. We're sort of breaking the cardinal rule of like naming other picks while we talk about picks. So yeah. Okay, we all can agree that RZA is great. I have a feeling that this is not the last time we're going to talk about RZA in this episode.